Hello, welcome back. Still in the cell. This particular conversation is called Michael Jackson and the Family. Now, what I really want people to think about for a second is there are a lot of things in the music industry that have gone on that you don't speak of. Some things I'm about to speak of because I grew up with a lot of gangsters and Jacksons and gang members, policemen, etc. Now let me start when I was about in junior high because my my little brother, he was in the Black Disciples gang. Now, I'm sure this might be the first time some of you have ever heard of the Black Disciples, but they were a gang that moved down from New York to Galveston and into Houston, consisting of black men. Now, let me jump forward and explain to you where the original Bad Boy logo actually comes from. The original Bad Boy logo comes from the Bad Boy Gang, which originally was an Asian branch of the Black Disciples. Now, I know you're wondering how Puff Daddy somehow got the label and Bad Boy Records. Well, I'm here to explain this to you because I lived it, I grew up in it. Now, there was a time in A-Leaf Clothing. It's a area on the outskirts of Houston that is primarily preoccupied by Mexicans and Asians. Now, the police were not able to go in this area for a number of years because the gang members ran it with an iron hand. Now, what I mean by an iron hand is there was a time and point where no cop could come in this area because they would get shot. And they would mark their territory with the original Bad Boy logo. They were called the Bad Boys. Now, in order for the establishment, the police, to actually take them out and quote-unquote make this a safer place for cops to be, they made an Asian task force. Now, my stepbrother, Craig Jackson, who also is a Jackson and also has a twin brother, he was on this team. This all consisted in the 80s, let me remind you, okay? And what happened was the federal / Marine / government operation team that this consisted of, they were all black. They drove black unmarked Impalas, and after they started really actually killing a lot of the gang members, Asian members, Black Disciple members, what they did to rub the Bad Boy logo in the gang's face is they took the logo, they copied the logo, and they stuck it as a sticker on the back of their car. Now, I know a lot of you are wondering where that Ford little kid comes from, and that, you know, the stickers that you see on the back of everyone's cars in America and stuff. Well, that was originally the idea came from a stolen logo from gang members, and the cops stuck it on the back of their Impalas. This is the only way you could recognize the Bad Boy Asian Federal Task Force, because they had government license plates, blacked out Impalas. You couldn't see who was inside. Everything was black except for the logo. It was on the back of their window. It said Bad Boy. So again, let me remind you, it's government, okay? Now, my stepbrother, Cliff Jackson, he knows Puffy really well. He did security for him, trained his security team, does a lot of security for a lot of black entertainers, and actually does all the security for any black entertainer that comes into Houston. This is his job. This is every cop's dream job. So everyone knows Cliff, you know. So if you're a cop, this is how you make money off the record, through my stepbrother. Now, again, let me remind you, this is one Jackson, okay? Now, let me tell you about the Jackson that I went to junior high school with. His name is Kenneth Jackson. And if you are really resourceful and know some people that went to Spring Forest Elementary, I don't know, in the 80s, I guess. And if you can look up how old Kelvin Jackson is, well, you all know him as 50 Cent now. But if you can look up his age and backtrack, and you can find his picture at Spring Forest Elementary, it's him. He's still buff. He's a little bit smaller, skinnier, but always really, he's always been into fitness and weight training. Same guy. Now, I went to junior high school with him because I'll never forget him. Because we were like one of the only 4 black kids in the whole school. And playing football, he was a fullback, and that's it. Because he was good at running, he was really fast, and hard to stop. Now, me, myself, I played 3 positions: nose guard, right tackle, and fullback. I was the other fullback. This really pissed him off because I was the only person on the team that played 3 positions, and he had just 1. So, of course, I was the favorite of the team. Now, one incident happened one day, and he decided that he really didn't like me, and he tried to fight me. I didn't fight him. He just hit me in the mouth. I just kept walking. I look back on that day, and I think I should have fought him. But what he actually did is he did some research on my family, because in this neighborhood, the families are somewhat wealthy. Now, we were not wealthy. My mom divorced my father, and she ended up having to pay for half of our house. She worked like 3 jobs. I was working since the age of 14, and my sisters were working. We were all trying to pay on this house or actually condominium that we couldn't afford in this rich neighborhood that our father moved us in, and he only paid for half of it. And that was his way of, I guess, getting back at my mom for divorcing him, and us getting back at us for wanting to stay with my mom. So let me go on with my story about Kenneth Jackson. So basically what he did was he had his brother, or well, his cousin, Cliff Jackson, or one of the Jacksons, do some research on my family. So the research that he found out about my family was this. Now, he found out that my father was a bit wealthy, did government contracts, and also was well connected, and also that I was an Olmec sovereign Indian, and everything about my family. So I don't know if you know what a mark is, but my mom became a mark for Wilbert Jackson and Kenneth Jackson's family. What I mean by mark is, when someone is marked, it means that they know more about your family than you do. Thus, Kenneth's family, very good in government, very heavily involved. Wilbert Jackson, Kenneth's uncle, my stepfather now, and Kreger's father, actually used to do, he said, well, this is what he told me, he used to do research for the Black Panthers and on the government and etc., and was very well versed in searching things about people and stuff in libraries, etc. So lo and behold, he met my mom a short time after this incident took place with Kelvin, and my mom started dating him and ended up marrying him. So let me skip forward into the going back to Kenneth and Kelvin. Now, I know all of you know that Mr. 50 Cent is from New York. Now, let me tell you why he's from New York. There was a time that the Asian Task Force, which consisted of his cousin, Cliff Jackson, and other members, had to infiltrate the Black Disciples. Kenneth became one of the Black Disciples because there was a Black Disciple branch in Spring Branch. Now, what happened was, I guess I can speculate on this, maybe Cliff told Kenneth to turn in some guys or find out where they're meeting or something of that sort, and so one day there was a big shootout. During this shootout, someone got killed, Now let me explain to you who got killed. Have you heard of Scarface from the Ghetto Boys? He was the first big rapper from Texas. Now his cousin got killed in this shootout due to Kenneth narking out some kind of private meeting about the Black Disciples. A few Black Disciples got killed that day. So after this happened, Kenneth had to get relocated. Guess where he got relocated? To New York. So he moved to New York with his family, or what was left of his family or whatever, and ended up being discovered by Jam Master Jay. Yes, the legendary Jam Master Jay, R.I.P. Now, Jam Master Jay took Kenneth, took him into his studio, taught him everything he knows, taught him how to rap like G-Dep, promised him a Def Jam contract because he was the man for Def Jam. I mean, he was the music behind the hip-hop world. So, years pass, and Scarface becomes part of Def Jam South. What I mean by Def Jam South is Def Jam wanted a music distributor in Texas, so Scarface controlled all of this. So he sat on the Def Jam Roundtable, one of the most powerful members. So when Jam Master Jay went before the Def Jam Roundtable, which consisted of different members from around the United States and distributing music, he recognized Kenneth. He recognized 50 Cent. He said, I've been looking for him for a long time. That's the guy that got my nephew killed. He's a narc. Well, if you know 50 Cent's movie, you know, he talks about how he got involved with some drug dealer and how the drug dealer shot him like 9 times and stuff like that. Well, people, that story is a big lie. Yeah, he got shot 9 times, but it wasn't due to Jam Master Jay. It was due to some people wanting to get revenge on him for narking them out and getting a bunch of their family members killed. So Jam Master Jay really didn't know who he was dealing with. So when Scarface recognized him, the U.S. government had to think quick. So let me tell you one thing that they had done already with Puff Daddy. Cliff Jackson gave Puff Daddy the Bad Boy logo. Bad Boy, when it went into the shitter because everyone heard about Cliff and what he did and with the Bad Boys and stuff, and everyone stopped supporting Puff Daddy, the government bought Bad Boy from Puffy, and Puffy remained the CEO. Thus, the first true government hip-hop label. Now, let's get back to what happened with Jam Master Jay and 50 Cent. Well, 50 Cent didn't get signed because Scarface recognized him. So, in order to send Def Jam a message, now, this is what happened, people. Jam Master Jay ended up dead. He got shot in his own studio. Now, everyone knows that there were people in the studio when this happened. There were actual people that saw the shooter or shooters or the people that came in. Now, I've thought long and hard about this. Now, what would make the hardest of the hardest street hip-hop producers and rappers say nothing and scared as a little kitten? Well, this is my hypothetical answer. Okay? So I know my stepbrother Cliff is a Marine, Black Ops, and Sheriff. Okay? I know that for a fact. I know he has Puffy on speed dial and is very close friends with Puffy. Know that for a fact. I know he is the cousin of 50 Cent, Kenneth, Kelvin, whatever he helped him change his name to and help him get relocated to New York. I know that as a fact. Now, what I don't know as a fact, because I was not there, is the shooting of Jam Master Jay. Now, hypothetically speaking, what if this happened? Cliff Jackson and Kenneth Jackson, because that's his real name, aka 50 Cent, went in, shot Jam Master Jay, because Kenneth already knew everybody in the studio. He knew the code. They already said whoever did this had to know the code to the studio. And Kenneth knew the code because he used to go there before Scarface said he has to go. Now, that's a fact. Now, the only thing that I could think of that would scare them into not saying anything is if the shooter went in and he showed them something that let them know how powerful these people really are. The only thing I can think of is this, okay? It's the only thing that makes sense to me. Now, Kenneth and Cliff hypothetically go in, shoot Jam Master Jay, starts talking shit, some hip hop bling bling stuff, and then they pull out their government badges, their police badges, their CIA badges, whatever badges that they have. And they actually tell the people that this was a government sanctioned assassination, a hit to send the message to Def Jam. They actually told the people this. This is why Russell Simmons doesn't even speak of what happened that day. But this is the only thing that I could think that makes any sense that could make all of them shut up. I've thought about it long and hard. So, still to this day, no one really knows what happened with Jam Master Jay. Now, let's go to another assassination that I know a bit about because I started to talk about it when I figured it out. The assassination of Notorious Big, Biggie Smalls. Now, let me explain to you people some facts. Fact is, the guy was 6'2", same as Cliff Jackson. They said it was a professional hit, so that means it was an assassin government. My stepbrother works for the Marines, does Black Ops, and I'm sure he's a dead shot. I mean, Notorious Big was riding with Puffy, and he was hit, Puffy was not. My stepbrother trained all of Puff Daddy's security, talks to Puffy very often. Now, these are the facts that I do know, okay? That I do know because I was living at my mom's home when this happened. The sheriff's department was calling my house for about 2 weeks looking for my stepbrother. Like crazy, they were doing this. I couldn't believe it. Shortly after, my stepbrother and his wife, they get a divorce. And things in my family is just weird energy. Everybody's acting really strange. And shortly after this, Cliff gets a new car. So, another thing that I want to bring to your attention is my stepfather did start the Shrine of the Black Madonna, which is a black-owned organization and tax-exempt, and they say that they try to help black people and so on. So what I mean by this is simply this. They start organizations that say they're trying to help black people. But the fact of the matter is, I really do think it's a kind of a money laundering thing. And they don't really help that many black people. So, let me explain to you some other stuff. So, with Cliff and me starting to see the truth about possibly what he is doing and what he has done and etc. Basically, to make a long story short, I started talking about it. I lost all my jobs, I lost everything, and I had to live on the streets for 9 months. I contacted the Romanian consulate told them everything that I knew, and they said they couldn't do anything for me until I came to Romania. I've been here for about 6 years, and they've still done nothing for me. So now they're trying to figure out if they should deport me back to the United States or what they should do because of what has happened in my life. Now, I want you to think about one thing. Michael Jackson was killed for a reason. I've just told you what 2 Jacksons did. Now, you want to know the relation to my stepfather? Well, let me explain it to you. Wilbur Jackson is the brother of Joe Jackson. And Wilbur Jackson used to sing with Marvin Gaye, grew up with Marvin Gaye, very heavily in Detroit, was Puffy's Detroit connection, and how he was able to get clearance for all those Motown remixes, etc. And Wilbur, or Mucheri, or whatever you want to call him, my stepfather, was very helpful to Cliff in picking some of the songs Puffy sampled and redid. They're very good friends. So what if Michael Jackson was going to speak about this? What if Michael Jackson was going to blow the whistle on his own family members? What if he couldn't stomach this like I couldn't stomach it? Maybe this is the reason why Michael Jackson is dead. I don't know. All I know is I'm still alive, and this is how I say it. R.I.P. Michael Jackson. I love you. We love you. And love and light to all of you, and thank you for your time. This is my life, Black Man. God bless you. One love.